You know, it's a really tough moment for any fish owner when you realize one of your pets has passed away. It's sad, and honestly, it can be a little confusing trying to figure out what to do next. But handling it the right way is really the final act of caring for your pet.
So, what is the right thing to do? Well, that's exactly what we're going to cover. We'll walk through a really simple, direct, and respectful guide to handle this, which will give you peace of mind and keep your home hygienic. Let's get right into it. Okay, first things first. We have to get the fish out of the tank safely. This whole first part is all about hygienic handling, so let's make sure we nail these initial steps.
The process itself is pretty simple. First, you're going to want to put on some disposable gloves. That's just to avoid any direct contact. Then, use a net or even a paper towel to gently lift the fish out and place it in a sealable plastic bag. And here's the pro tip. Take that sealed bag and put it inside a second bag. Double bagging is so important because it makes sure there are absolutely no leaks or odors.
All right, now that your pet is safely contained, you've basically got two main, responsible options for disposal. Which one you pick really just depends on your own situation and, of course, where you live. So, the most straightforward way is just to place the double-bagged fish in your household trash, ideally on collection day. Now, a yard burial can feel a bit more personal, which is totally understandable. If you go that route, though, it is absolutely critical that you bury it far away from any water sources. We're talking wells, streams, anything like that. This is super important to prevent any potential contamination from getting into the local water and harming other wildlife. Okay, so you've handled the disposal, but, and this is a big one, we're not quite finished. That final cleanup is essential, especially if you have other fish in the tank. This step is all about protecting their health and just keeping your home clean.
So here's what you need to do for that final cleanup. Go ahead and disinfect the net you used and any other surfaces the fish might have touched. A diluted bleach solution works great for this. And of course, the last step is to wash your hands really well with soap and water. Simple, but you can't skip it.
You know, it's one thing to know the right steps, but it's just as important to know what not to do. Sometimes, even when we mean well, we can accidentally make a mistake that causes problems. So let's cover a few things you'll want to avoid.
And that brings us to the biggest question people always ask in this situation. It seems so easy, right? So fast. But there is a very, very good reason why you should never, ever do this.
Well, the answer is actually really important for a couple big reasons. For one, flushing a fish can seriously clog your pipes. But even worse, it can introduce diseases or non-native parasites into local waterways. That can be totally devastating for the local ecosystem, and it throws everything out of balance.
So, just to recap, a few other things to definitely avoid. Like we said, never handle a dead fish with your bare hands. Don't leave it in the tank with your other fish. That's just asking for disease to spread. We already talked about why you can't bury it near water. And one more thing, don't put it in the compost bin. Those bins just aren't set up to break down animal remains safely. So when you boil it all down, handling this situation with care is about more than just being clean. It's really that final act of being a responsible pet owner. It's how you show respect for the pet you cared for, and at the same time, you're protecting your home and the environment. By following these steps, you've done right by your pet and your home. You've handled a sad moment in the best way possible. So your tank is now clean, which kind of opens up a bigger question, doesn't it? Is it actually healthy? That's a whole other topic, but it's something every great pet owner is always thinking about.